That's what I'm saying. You got a family member that has a nice backyard, like there's your event space. You know, it's just.
But most people are going into debt
to get married.
When
it's unnecessary. Just saying.
Especially since there's a 50% divorce rate now. So not only are they going in debt, the number one reason people get divorced is money issues.
And you're already starting out in the negative.
And you're starting out $33,000 in the negative.
That's horrible. On purpose.
On purpose, yeah. Just so you have this storybook dream wedding.
Yeah.
You know.
So if you can find other people to pay for it, I'm all about it. But if you and your husband are paying for it, I'm not about it.
Done. Nope.
No. I mean, there are some people that saved up their whole lives. If you saved up your whole life because you knew you were going to have a dream wedding,
that's cool.
And you're not going to miss that money, cool. Do it. Do you, boo? I want to watch it on the TLC special, but other than that,
I want to watch it on the TLC special.
That's what I'm saying. TLC has created societal norms that put people in debt too. I mean, I used to love watching Say Yes to the Dress. Love it. These dresses were $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, and I thought, well, that's what I want too because the TV's telling me that. And the more and more I watched it, the more and more I was like, there's no way that I could ever like justify spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 on a dress I'll never wear again. And if I already had someone lined up to buy it, I would buy it and then resell it to them. Other than that, like that's not my thing. Like I'm not going to spend that much money on a dress to wear one day.
And never to wear again.
And some people say, well, I wear it every year. I go in the closet and see if it fits. Y'all are weird. There are people that do that. And just saying, I like weird people, but y'all are weird. I'm just throwing it out there.
Or the people that buy the dress before they even found somebody.
Aww. I mean, that's manifested. They manifested their dreams.
Manifested, that is.
That's a true manifestation of their wishes and dreams right there.
And then they get married and it lasts one day.
Dang.
That
sounds like a storybook wedding.
Yeah.
I might need to write a book about that, huh?
Maybe.
But yeah, I think...
You definitely shouldn't be overspending on weddings.
No. Is there anything else?
Well, you already touched on a traditional job. But why is the traditional job, why shouldn't it be the social norm?
Why do you think?
Because it's small thinking, right? As you
think
it's small.
Yeah.
So thinking small shouldn't be a social norm.
Or thinking inside the box, or being limited.
Limited.
This is what I want to talk about really quick.
Okay.
So me and Mackenzie were talking, and she had showed me this article. I was reading an article about a 17-year-old girl. I don't know if you heard this story yet. 17-year-old girl that invented suture strips that will tell you based on the dye color if your sutures are infected. They turn a different color.
Okay.
So when she was 15, so 2 years ago, before the pandemic.
So she's got enzymatic color change in the sutures.
She used beets.
Cool.
She used beets, beet juice or something like that to do it, like because it changes with your acid and base of the infection. It's super cool.
Then.
No. It's super cool. But so the point was of this.
That's based on pH.
Yeah, pH and acidity. Because if your infection, your body, I think your body's base level is at a 5. But this strip, if you have an infection, the infection is like a 9 acidic level.
Okay.
Or something like that.
So it's basic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I could be getting my numbers wrong. I could be getting the details wrong. But anyway, she came up with a way to figure out that people could tell.
That's big thinking.
But listen, so she entered it through a science fair project before the pandemic. It got into like the top 50 projects across the world, like the nation or whatever. And then now she's working on getting a patent for it. And she said in her article that if she didn't have the time to work on it, like because COVID or whatever, they went virtual, she spent 5 hours a day in her lab at home working on this project and this concept to like make it real and make it work. She would have never, if she was still in school, she would have never had, she like literally said that, I would never have the time to work on this. Like, this wouldn't have been a thing.
You're saying traditional school is making you broke.
I think, yes. Oh, I think that too. I think that too. Like, that was my whole point to work it in. And because, again, it's limiting. It's limiting your creativity. It's
limiting your time.
Your time.
To be creative.
Yeah.
Because you're memorizing junk that you don't need.
You go to school, you're literally there pretty much 8 to 3, 8 to 4. And if you're younger kids, you're there a lot longer because your parents...
Sports, you're there till 6:30, 7 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. But your parents are working, so you get home, you do your homework that's assigned to you already, no creativity there, and then you eat dinner and you go to bed. Mm-hmm. Like she said she would get her homework done, or she'd get her schoolwork done, her traditional schoolwork done in 2 hours, and then she would have the rest of the day to work on making this idea into fruition. And she's patented it.
She filed for patents.
She filed for patents. She patented it.
It's called patent pending.
Yeah. It's real. That was when Mackenzie read that to me, I was like, I said, my kids are never going to school. I mean, it just kind of proves that. I said, after a certain age, I think like 13 or 14, after like the 8th grade, I don't think school is that, like what, after that, what else is there to learn? Pretty much you've learned everything that you're going to need to know.
You should have been able to learn the things that you need to survive. After 14, you're learning the skills that you're going to use in your career, in my opinion. That's how it should be.
In your career, yeah. But if you don't know what you want to do, how are you going to learn the skills you need?
Then you're testing it out. You're going to be intern somewhere.
Yeah, so schools should change their focus a little bit on accommodating creativity and allowing time for you to work on your creativity. Like, that was super creative.
And traditional school is centered around the Coliseum.
Oh.
So,
I know what that means.
So basically, you want to keep the masses distracted, right, from what's really going on in the world. Mm. So everything is centered around sports. Mm. So the best years of a kid's life are when they're playing football or baseball or basketball, 14 to 18.
Because if you're sitting in school on a chair for 8 hours, like, that's not exciting. You put them in sports, like, that's exciting for them.
And then they're, then the parents and the community, they're all
coming together to watch.
Going to the games,
Yeah.
And they're not thinking about how crap their job was that day or, whatever.
Yeah. It's a distraction, a moment of happiness and joy. And anyways, I had to share that story. I thought it was super cool.
Yeah,
I was like, absolutely. Really shook over that story. Anyways, what else?
But yeah, most kids probably shouldn't be still in high school at 18. They're smart enough to have known financial education and try to start learning their trade far before then.
Yeah.
So traditional education keeps you poor.
You should always be learning more, always wanting to know more. Whatever your interests are, you should be exploring them, because maybe you can monetarily take advantage of that later on down the road. Like that girl with her patent, like, she built that to help people. You know what I'm saying? Especially, she said, there are some countries that it would benefit people in other countries a lot more because they don't have access to medical supplies, and there's like a certain percentage of people that get infected and then it spreads through their body Don't know percentages, but that could happen. And I mean, she didn't do that idea to make money off of it. She did it to help people, but eventually it's going to turn into something that she'll make money off of to help people or donate. Like, it's crazy. If she didn't have the time to sit there and work on it, then this wouldn't have been a thing, and she wouldn't have been able to help and try to potentially change people's lives. So time is important. It's very limited.
That's right.
We got to take advantage of it. Anything else we want to talk about? Or is that it for the day?
So, to reiterate, the societal standards that are keeping you poor. Number one, job. Traditional job. Only.
College.
Loans. And student loans. Mm-hmm. A big house.
With just you in it.
With just you in it.
Or your significant other.
Or your, whatever.
Not house hacking.
Not house hacking.
4.
Number 4.
Car.
A nice car.
5. Traditional schooling.
And traditional schooling.
And weddings.
And weddings.
Like
college.
Wedding
slash school.
Wedding / life experiences. Like going big.
Oh yeah, then you got spending big on one-time events.
One-time events, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
All right, guys, and if you can eliminate those from your life and switch that into investing and buying assets instead of liabilities, you will change your life. I'm Nate.
I'm Meredith.
And this is the So What You Want to Talk About podcast. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe,
comment
down below,
share, do all of it. Just do it all.
Let us know what you thought about what we're talking about.
We'd love some feedback.
Let us know down below what you want us to talk about next.
We're here to help. This is the So
What You Want to Talk About
What You Want to Talk About
podcast.
And we are out.
Peace.